We had a dream many years ago to live life away from it all, to have some sheep, maybe a cow or two, with cats and dogs and goats and an occasional moon. With our love for God, we can't go wrong. Our love can only continue to grow strong. Doesn't matter the difficult roads, it's true, for we have each other and love will carry us through. We came from another time, a time when dreams were bold, another time when values took hold. You couldn't give up hope, for it was always there. Another time we fared to do.
Say hi. Hi. Wave.
We came from another time, a time when dreams were bold, another time when values took hold. You couldn't give up hope, for it was always there. Another time we fared.
I'm glad.
Came from another time, a time when dreams were bold, another time when values took hold. You couldn't give up hope, for it was always there. Another time we fared.
Put the Todd in the tent with me in the ditch. And her feed. I'm at it again.
Hello, hello, and welcome in. How are you tonight? I just want to go through and see who's all here. We have Robin from Garden State So-and-So. Hi, Robin. Jan. Hi, Jan. From Simply Jan Homestead. Gail from Gail Southern Living. Jennifer Ocean Homestead. We have Bushcraft Family, welcome in. Ariella. And Taz's mom is in here. How are you? Welcome. And Rudy with Autism Homestead. So welcome in, everybody. And if you haven't left a comment, make sure you leave a comment so we know you're here. And hit the thumbs up button. We'd greatly appreciate it. We're so grateful to have you in here tonight. We have special guests, but first, I want to talk a little bit about, before I say anything, I'm just going to say, I'm not tired. I may look tired. I don't have any makeup on because I was out in the barn collecting a little lamb that is succumbing to the heat. And so I have this little lamb in my bathroom. I've been taking care of it, but I don't think she's going to make it. Sad, but it's part of farming and homesteading. This heat's just so extreme right now, and it's really hard on these babies. So I am taking care of her and rushed in here so I could make sure I was all together, or halfway together at least. Smell a little bit like barn, so good thing you can't smell me. But I may chase Taz off if he could. Anyway, welcome in, Taz. I'm really grateful to have you here. I know you have been part of the building skills collaboration, and I'm,
Oh, I've just been helping out a little bit.
well, we're excited. I'm excited for that collaboration. I've seen some wonderful, wonderful projects, and I can't wait for the giveaway on July 2nd at 8 o'clock. It'll be here on my time slot here. And yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really excited about it. I've loved all of the projects that people have done. And many of you already know I'm going to be giving away a DeWalt tool set valued at $350. Comes with the batteries, so that's exciting. Kind of a hard thing to start off with. When you're looking for tools and you want a good tool set, I thought, how neat would it be to give somebody a DeWalt tool set to start with? And so they can learn and develop their skills on something that's got some real power rather than Ryobi or whatever else. I'll tell you what, I've had my DeWalt set for almost 15 years. And that's how I've dropped them a million times. My saw is cracked. And those things just keep on running and running and running and running and running. I've had to replace a couple of batteries, but they are some decent tools, so I have to say. Anyway, hello, Neil. How are you? And Heather, welcome in. And so, yeah, I hope one of you guys are going to be the lucky winner of the tool set. And there's going to be a lot of prizes, I'm sure. If you're interested in donating a prize for the giveaway, just let Tammy or Jan or myself know. So, that being said, let's go ahead and get this show on the road. By the way, there is going to be a $25 gift card giveaway sometime in the show tonight. So make sure you share this out and hit the like button and leave a comment below, because we want everybody to get a chance to win a $25 gift card that is in here. So, how are you, Taz?
I'm doing great. Just work, work, work. That's about all I do ever since we got back from the meetup.
Yeah, the meetup was great, wasn't it?
Oh, it was awesome.
It was awesome. Jennifer wants to donate some sparkle paint. Okay, Jennifer. Some sparkle spray paint. That'd be really cool. So we could keep it building themed. So tell us a little bit about yourself and how your channel came to be.
All right. Well, I am your classic Air Force brat. My daddy was in the military. He's in the Air Force for like 23 years. So growing up, I got the love of outdoors and fishing from him. In fact, the cab over camper that I did have had a lot to do with honoring him after he had passed away, because it really brought a lot of good childhood memories of camping out in the wilderness in Alaska, by Mount McKinley, the Russian River, great fishing. The only thing I never liked about the camping up there, though, is when it was time to take a bath, Mama would just dip us in the river, and that water was not warm, to say the least.
Yeah.
But that was pretty cool. So we lived in Alaska for 6 years. So pretty much my whole elementary school was up there. We've been from there. We went back to Texas, and then where I spent my junior high, and then my high school years were spent in England because my dad was stationed in RAF Lakenheath.
Wow.
So that was pretty interesting.
Wow. That's really neat. So where were you born at?
I was born in San Gabriel, California. which
You're
is
in
a suburb
California.
basically of Los Angeles.
I was born in California as well. Oh, yeah. And then you started moving around probably every 3 years or so at the time.
Dad got, let's see, the first year we stayed with my grandfather on my mom's side because my dad was stationed, what they called remote,
Yeah.
which he was actually very far north Alaska. After that, we went to Colorado for, I want to say, a couple of years where Nisi was born.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think we went to Mississippi for about 2 years. And then it was Alaska for 6, Shepherd for 4. And then England, Dad was there for 4, but I was only there for 3 because I had graduated high school.
What part of Alaska?
Elmore North Air Force Base, Heather. It's right outside of Anchorage, Alaska.
There you go. I am hard to hear. Let me see if I can turn this off and move my mic closer. I am so sorry. My granddaughter messes with this, and so I'm not sure. Let me see if I can check the volume. Hold on here. Can you hear me better if I am closer? Oh, I don't know why that is. It had to be something my children or my grandchildren have done here. Because this is a brand new mic. Let me see if I can put it on the other mic, the camera mic. I'm not too savvy about all this stuff, though.
Yes, Elmendorf. Yes, Heather, Elmendorf.
Yeah, you guys can ask, you can sit and ask him questions while I am trying to figure this out.
Yeah, it sounds like they said it sounds like you're underwater to them.
Huh, that's not
So,
good.
Okay, how my channel came to be.
Yeah,
It
why don't
came
you
to be
tell
as a hobby, really. Just something to have a little bit of fun with, and not taking it too seriously. It was just more of a hobby for me. Plus, it allowed me to be able to support Gail when she decided to uh, get into the YouTube community. And for
How
a
did that?
long time, I was like the behind the scenes person for her. Say that again.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Is that better?
It sounds the same to me. So, but I got earbuds on, so
Yeah. And I don't have anything else on in here, so.
Robin says she can hear us both good.
Okay, great. I just want to make sure. She may have had it
Yeah.
on some other setting that I just wasn't aware of. Sorry about that.
Yeah. So 91 to 93. Yeah. My dad was stationed there from 70, 70, I want to say 70, 74, 75 to 80 or 81.
Any other questions? Awesome. Thank you for letting me know you can hear me. Anyway, so what were some of the fun things that you did in Alaska? Why don't you tell us about that?
Fishing. Fishing was a big thing because, I was like, 3 foot nothing, catching king salmon that was pretty much almost as tall as me,
Oh,
with my
wow.
dad holding on to my belt so I don't get carried away by the fish.
What a memory. Yeah.
One of our most favorite things that we would do is my folks had a family friend, and this family had 5 kids, and so they would uh, go with us, and we'd actually go to a rest stop along the mountain pass, because what they do in Alaska back then at these rest stops, they would plow all the snow and they would pile it up over the restrooms.
Oh, wow.
And so it made a great start for a sledding trek down a valley. And we would
Wow.
go and we would sled that. It was fast, it was fun, but the walk was long and slow going back up. But we didn't care. We did it again.
Wow. Wow. That sounds like a lot of fun. We used to do that with snowdrifts in Washington State, out in the desert out there. So, yeah, that sounds like a lot like fun. Did you have a favorite place when you were growing up that you went to?
A favorite place that I had growing up. I would have to say actually Lake Texoma, here in Texas. During that time of when Dad was stationed at Shepherd, I was in the Boy Scouts, so of course did a lot of camping.
Yeah.
And the Air Force, actually, I don't know if they still do or not, but they actually had an annex at Lake Texoma, and so Dad would take the family, and we'd go camp at a cabin, and fish in the crappie house, or we'd go strolling for striper or whatever. So that was probably my favorite. My next one would probably be strolling for sand bass at Lake Arrowhead with my dad.
Yeah. A lot of good fishing memories, huh? Hi, Penny.
Oh, yeah.
How are you?
Hello, Penny.
Penny is on a plane headed to Bogota, Colombia. So, yeah,
Ooh.
she's up in the air.
Colombia.
How are you, Penny? Thank you, Jennifer. Yeah, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe if you're not subscribed. And make sure, if you subscribe to my channel and you're not to Taz's, go over to Taz's channel and be sure to subscribe and check out his content. He's got a great morning meditation, little Bible study that he does. And so make sure you check that out. And that's actually found on Gail's channel on her
Broken Hearts Ministry.
Broken Hearts Ministry channel. So yeah,
Yes.
make sure you go check that out as well. And if you're not subscribed to that, consider subscribing. Thank you. So tell us how your channel came about.
Like I was beginning to say, it was basically just a hobby, just something to have fun with, to do. My very first video was a DIY video on Rid-X, and how you could use it to not only keep your septic tank clean, but you can actually use it to help clean out junk in your pipes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it's little microbes and they eat up all the waste
you just
material.
Put it in the pipe or in the drain?
Yeah, like you mix so much with some hot water, pour it in, and then just kind of like Drano in a sense.
Yeah.
I guess you could say.
No, I didn't know that.
And then from there, I'm surprised I didn't try to put this into my new logo, but I have a lot of videos where I am releasing animals that I live captured.
I've seen the skunks.
Yeah. You wouldn't think, being in the city, we'd see that many critters in our backyard, but they're there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's all about protecting the feather babies.
Yeah.
So
I'm glad it's you with the skunks and not poor Gail. I think I don't know what I'd do if I had to catch a skunk. It just wouldn't be. I was like,
well,
oh
one of
no.
the funniest stories about that is before I actually just started to, just trap them and releasing them myself. Um, our town sheriff, came out. We borrowed a trap from the city, and this man was a very large, hefty guy, and
Yeah.
he was mortified. He actually would not. He would not put the skunk in the back of his unit. I had to follow him to where he wanted the skunk um, delivered to before he took matters into his own hands. But and as I was driving away, because he told me what he was going to do, and I was like, to me, there was no need in it, but whatever. But I'll never forget this this picture. I was driving away, looking in my rearview mirror, and he is literally hiding behind a dumpster with only his arms sticking out to do what he was going to do to the skunk. I was just like, oh my goodness, you got to be kidding me.
Oh,
And
that's
I've actually
funny.
had several people ask me, have you ever been sprayed? Not once. Never been
Wow,
sprayed.
that's really incredible. So I watched somebody do the same thing you did, and he got sprayed. You know, so it's probably just by the grace of God that you have this protection around you.
Were you fearful when you did it? Because if you were, that's probably why you got sprayed. That's all I gotta say.
Oh, hi Neil. Yeah, that's interesting.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I've captured raccoons, skunks, possums. Uh, that's about the gist of it. I think one of our outdoor cats one time got stupid and got trapped.
Oh,
Um, but other than that, yeah.
yeah. I'm good at catching
So so
possums.
so there's those trapping videos. I have some gardening videos in, and if anybody's seen my gardening videos, they know I can kill a plant in a heartbeat. So the gardening part of the videos kind of went by the wayside. I don't need to embarrass myself that bad. And then I am a huge Star Wars fan. In fact, Gail got me this shirt for Father's Day, and so um, I had to have an outfit. I had to have a costume. We're not going to go into how much money I spent on this costume. Gail may elaborate in one of her videos in the future about it, but let's put it this way. I was told I would be wearing this costume for a very long time. And that's where Darth Amazataz came about. I have
Yeah,
like maybe 3 videos of that where I'm twirling my lightsaber around.
it's pretty
And
cool. If you
and
haven't checked it out,
yeah,
make sure you check it out. It's pretty
and
cool.
he hasn't come out in a while, so I'm pretty sure sooner or later we're going to see him again when it starts getting a little bit cooler,
Yeah,
because that outfit is blazing hot to wear.
it's really cool. It's really
Um,
cool.
and then, of course, you mentioned my devotionals. That one was I actually been fighting the Lord for so long about doing it, and one day I just said, "Okay, Lord, I'll do it." And I don't know if you. I know it's been over a year, well over a year. Haven't missed a day.
That's
Um,
really awesome.
and that's including when my dad passed.
Yeah,
So
that's really nice that you have done that. Yeah. So if you ever just need a pick me up, be sure to check out Gail's channel, Broken Hearts Ministry, in the morning. You'll find him there every morning. Very good.
Yeah, I'm saying I'm a professional. I would assume that's about the trapping and releasing.
Yeah. So,
And then of course you got my see my DIY videos, and of course most of them are featured on Gail's channel, Gail's Southern Living, because a lot of it has to do with gardening for her. And then I've got one funny video where I'm replacing our water heater that actually is in a closet behind me here, where I had to speed it up to try to condense it. And it was pretty funny to watch me do it that fast. Oh, yes. I do models too. I do have some modeling. In fact, I got a model plane I need to do, and this sucker is probably like going to be like that big when it's done.
Oh, wow.
She got me a real challenging one, so I've kind of been a little bit intimidated by that one. I'm not going to lie, but yeah, I need to do it so she gets me some more.
Yeah.
And
So how many do you have?
I
Maybe.
think I got 2 cars, 2 planes made, and then an X-Wing fighter. Which the X-Wing fighter is kind of funny because it was one of those first, those real easy stage ones. You don't have to use glue. They snap together. Decals are already on them and everything like that. Yeah. It was like, is that all it is to that one? So, yeah, it's like, I didn't know. I didn't know it was a snap together.
That's awesome.
But, yeah. And then let's see, what else? Hockey games. So actually, I'm sure those who follow me noticed this new little logo, which I sent you.
Mm-hmm.
So I've had just 10 of these. So I got down one day and I wanted to redo my logo that said a little bit about everything about me. And so, of course, you got the fishing. Of course, you've seen I've put fishing videos out too.
Yeah.
So the 2 little things right here that are sticking up, those are lightsabers. Star Wars fanatic, Star Wars geek, happily admit it. Of course, the fish, the bass jumping out. And then, the Toyota Tundra, and then the RV, because we now have an RV.
Nice.
We actually, while we were at the meetup, I made the deal with the guy who we bought the camper truck from, worked with him, and actually bought the RV while we were at the meetup this year. So when we got back the very next Saturday, we came in and picked up our RV, and then that's why that's on there. And of course, the bottom there is, I'm trying to get to my camera there, that is actually supposed to be the Holy Bible to represent my devotionals. So
yeah, it's really nice. I noticed that when you sent it to me, how nice it was, and how you changed it. It's really neat. So tell us about RV a little bit.
It's a 17-footer. It's got a slide-out dinette. The back portion of it is a full bathroom, and then our bed's up at the nose of the trailer, and the favorite thing that Gail likes about it is all the storage space and the big sink. And then we got a real big refrigerator too. It's like about, I'd say maybe about half the size of a regular one that you have in a house.
Oh, nice.
It's actually got a freezer down below it too. It's pretty neat. And you don't really feel it that much. It doesn't feel that much more heavier than the bass boat when we're pulling it.
That's nice. That's nice.
So,
let me catch up on some of these. Who?
Yes, by all means, go ahead.
Kevin, welcome in. Welcome in. Be Charming, welcome in. And who else did I see? I think I said hi to Beth and Neil.
Arrow Viking is on.
that to everybody? Do you have anybody else?
Let's see. It all adds up.
Lauren, hi,
Jan,
Lauren. Welcome in.
Kevin, Jennifer. I think you got everybody.
Okay, well, just everybody welcome in.
And
And
sorry if we missed anybody.
yeah, so now I'm going to ask you, I'm going to set up this little giveaway real quickly here, and I'm going to ask you to have some questions. And he's going to be able to see them in the chat. So you ask away anything you want to know. I know Heather probably has tons of questions. She already has one. It says, what animal that you don't have would you like to have?
What animal? A horse. By far and wide, I would love to have a horse. I actually helped a boss of mine when I lived in Grand Prairie. He had a couple of horses, and one of them he actually let me ride in whenever I wanted it, and that was a blast. So the animal would be a horse.
A horse. There you go. Jennifer said. I know Jennifer.
Sorry, I'm laughing because there's comments about the shoilet.
The shoilet. Tell us about
The shoilet incident. Which for those who know us and have probably already heard about that incident, and that has to do with the old cab over camper we used to have.
Okay.
Any more questions? How did Gail and I meet?
That's a good one.
She actually saw me on a dating website on the internet. She found and approached me. That's how we met.
How awesome.
Thank you, baby. She put my link up.
There's a date for you all. Heather said riding horses.
Riding? Oh, that'd be cool. It's been a long time. I think it's been about 20 years since I've been on a horse.
Your first impression of Gail.
My first impression of Gail, she was fun. She was bubbly. She was different in a good way. She wasn't. She wasn't.
Hair, huh?
She wasn't fake. She was genuine. She was true, and she was loving.
Yeah, I agree. She is genuine, and yeah, we just love Gail. Let's see. She said you were waiting.
Dream vacation. Dream vacation. Oh, let's see. I know what Gail's is. I never really thought about a dream vacation for me because for me, I want Gail to be happy. So wherever she wants to go, I'm happy to go. I know that's a notoriously safe answer to say, but it actually is true. Anywhere that she wants to go, I do my best to let her go, to try to get us to go there. Okay, well, if I did have a dream vacation, I think I would like to go back to Mount McKinley, the Russian River in Alaska for a fishing trip with her. Because that is a lot of fun.
Wow, that is so sweet. She says she wants to go to California to see the redwood trees.
Yes, and that's going to happen, I'm hoping, in a couple of years.
Wow.
Would I move to anywhere else? Boy, that's a tough question. It would have to depend on circumstances. Because I got a really good job. And we got the girls here. But yeah, I would have to agree with Gail though. If we were to move, I would definitely love to move to Missouri, so that we as a couple could be close to the boss and to Jan.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I would have to say too. I'd want to move closer to Missouri.
And Jan's going, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. She'd go
But
nuts.
yeah, I would have to agree with Gail. Missouri, it is so beautiful up there. We always have a good time up there.
Yeah. Penny,
What Bible verse made the most impact on me? It would have to be Psalms 23. Though I walk in the shadow of the valley of death, I shall feel no evil. Just to know that no matter what happens to me, I'm not going to die. I might leave this world, but I'm not going to die, because God's grace and Jesus Christ's sacrifice was sufficient to save my soul, so that I can spend eternity with them apart from this earth.
amen to that. Okay, we have
Did we miss any questions?
Miss Jennifer. What'd she say? That's what happens when you're famous. Oh, you all move to your area.
Oh. Somebody's getting a little boastful.
If you had a dog, what kind?
If you had a dog, what kind?
Yeah.
I would have to say a husky. We had a husky. His name was Pockets, and he was he was very high strung, very active, but he was a lot of fun. So I would have to say a husky.
Okay. We'll take one more question, and then we're going to do the giveaway. Did you finish your Eagle Scout?
Yes, I finished it with 3 months to spare to becoming 18.
Impressive. Yeah.
And I actually became an Eagle Scout while I was in England, when my dad was stationed in England.
Yeah. Very nice. Well, are you guys ready for a giveaway? We're going to take a quick break and do a hello whistle stop homestead. We're going to do a giveaway. You came in just in time for a $25 gift card, and everybody can enter here. So even you, Taz.
Okay.
Okay. And let me go ahead and share my screen here. Okay. It's going to be hashtag Taz. So, and I'm going to run and check my oven real quick.
So plenty of opportunity for everybody to hop on board on this. Oh, Mom, if you want to see people's comments, you'll probably need to go to at Another Homestead 2023. Go to that live, and you'll be able to see the comments, because that's where all the comments are being made. Can somebody put that link up for my mom? Oh, why the name's Taz? Because the Tasmanian Devil is my favorite Looney Tune cartoon character.
How
Got him.
cool.
Got him right here. And actually, when I was in California, I used to commute from Pomona to Long Beach, and so my CB handle was the Tasmanian Devil. So all rooted to him being my favorite cartoon character.
How cool. Okay, we have 13 entries, and we have quite a few more people than that. So let's go ahead, and if you haven't entered already for a $25 gift card, type in hashtag Taz as seen on the screen so you can have a chance to win. And I will give you another 30 seconds, and then we will draw. Hashtag Taz. I know you want a gift card. Who doesn't want a gift card? Hashtag Taz.
Yeah, Mama, the chat tends to move pretty fast in these lives. But you can scroll up and down if you want to read them.
Nobody else, huh? My CB handle is Treasure Hunter Neil. I bet you couldn't guess. Yeah, that's pretty good. Thank you, Ariella.
Thank you, Ariella.
Have his mom's link in the chat there.
Yeah, Mama's having a little bit of trouble following the chat.
Oh, did she enter hashtag Taz?
Don't know. Tried not working. She might be on her tablet.
Oh.
Tell you. Let's see. Duck season, rabbit season. Oh my goodness.
We had so much better cartoons.
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah, we did. Totally better cartoons. Way better. She's on
Okay, folks. Gail's not being nice right now. She walked in here with a big old bowl of ice cream and taunted me with it. Oh, she's enjoyed it too much, folks. Let me tell you.
Oh, hi, Gail. Okay, we're going to go ahead and draw. Is everybody ready?
Hey, Neil, congratulations.
Awesome. So make sure you email me with if I have your email address, and I'll just send it over via email through Amazon, if that's okay with you. Okay?
Oh, good. Mama says it's working now.
Oh, good. So, congratulations, Neil. Make sure you send me your email. And my email address, I'll put it in the link over here, or in the chat that you can send it to. So just send it to that email address and say hi or something. I'll just send it out that way. Okay? So let me get out of this.
What you gonna buy me?
There we go. All the technology stuff, I understand it's like frustrating at first. Once you get to know it, it's not bad, but it's that initial uncomfortableness of doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, let's go back to the questions. I want to know did you play any sports in high school?
Yes. I I intended to play baseball through high school because I played little league and I played in junior high. But in England, my high school did not have a baseball team, so I ended up playing tennis and men's volleyball.
Oh, oh,
And we were only one of two DoD defense high schools that had a volleyball team. So our other competitors that we competed against was the volleyball teams of the bases surrounding us. So you got high school kids playing against,
yeah.
20 to 24-year-olds.
That was
But
going
we
to be
held
my
our own.
next question to you. If you went to DoD schools, or if you went to English, from England, schools in England.
I went to a Department of Defense school that was actually on RF Lake and Heath.
So you lived on post on the base?
Yeah. Well, at first, when we first got there, we actually Dad actually rented a place in Thetford, England, which is by um, fun history fact was the birthplace of Thomas Paine, one of our founding fathers, I think.
Yeah.
And here's the crazy part. They actually had a statue of him in Thetford, England, which you would think, why he betrayed the crown, but
Wow.
it's
Wow.
there. So,
That's
but
interesting.
after about 6 months, something happened to me in town, and due to the nature of what happened, Dad was able to get us on the Air Force Base housing quickly.
Yeah.
I was pretty much attacked in a public store, and nothing got done about it
Oh, wow.
by a local town thug, as they described him to my parents.
Yeah, is crime quite high where you live in England?
No, not really. It's just they're most of the British folks liked us, but like some of the younger
Yeah.
high school kids and real young adults had a grudge against us because we were over there for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Did I serve? No, I did not serve.
Did you ever understand?
EC did for a very short time, but I did not serve.
Mm.
And I'm the oldest, and EC is the only sibling I got. And folks, please send prayers her way, big time. She is battling kidney disease right now, and she's also having to have some other surgeries. Let's just put it at that. So she could really use prayer, big time.
Please keep her on your prayer list, and yeah. So, are you older? Are you the oldest?
Yeah, I'm the oldest.
Or you're the big brother? Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever understand cricket?
Yes. Yes, we would play it a time or two, but most times we weren't playing baseball on the base. We were playing football, American football, not soccer.
Yeah.
But yeah, I understood it and played a couple of times just for fun. It's a very interesting game.
What was your favorite part about living in the UK?
In the UK?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we went to London. Two other friends and I, we went to London for a day, and just seeing the people. And the thing that I'll never forget is that we rode in one of those double-decker buses, and we were on the second floor, And back then, the early '80s, punk was kind of born from
Yeah.
England, and true to form, gentleman with a mohawk a mile high, all sorts of colors, stuck his head out the window and said, "Oh, I hate the Queen." And we did everything we could back here. 3 American kids, just trying to keep from laughing out loud because he was just, it was funny. It was funny to see him.
Well, thank you, Lori. I'm sure they appreciate that. Your favorite board game?
My favorite board game?
Yeah.
Clue. I love Clue. Gail's here. I knew you were going to say that.
Mine's Yahtzee and Scrabble.
Yahtzee.
Kick my butt every time.
Yeah. I couldn't tell you how many times we all played Clue, being the 2 girls, Gail and myself. One time was I beat. I win so much. They all 3 of them to this day still accuse me of cheating somehow.
Jennifer wants to know something Gail doesn't know about you.
Something that Gail doesn't know about me?
Yeah.
I don't know if I told her about the time that I got attacked in England. Okay, she's shaking her head yes, so that's it.
Okay.
Okay, I slid out in the middle of a street when I was a kid in Alaska.
Split out.
Yeah, on a sled.
Oh, I've never done that.
Yeah, I've done that. She doesn't know that about me.
Other countries you visited?
No, England was the only one.
Okay. What skills would you still like to learn?
What skills?
Mhm.
Piloting, flying. I would love to fly.
Well. Let's see here.
And it's like we all did that in Alaska.
Slide out on the roads? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because like this happened on base. It's because when they cleared the streets, there's no place to go with the snow, so they just pile it wherever they can.
Yeah.
Well, you have a fresh snow, you can't tell where the curb is at sometimes, so you slide down this hill having fun. Next thing you know, you're in the street. You're like, oh.
Yeah. You do. So, if you and Gail could take an adventure somewhere together, not the she already gave away the other one, and do something, what would it be?
You know what? I would.
California, or not, whatever she wanted to do.
I would love to take her to Alaska, Mount McKinley.
Yeah.
I think she would really like it.
And go mountain climbing.
Yeah. Oh no, not mountain climbing. No, she won't do that. Heavens, no, you want me dead, woman? She would kill me if I tried to get her up a mountain climbing. But we've been to the Grand Canyon together. That was pretty cool. Tennessee. We've been to Tennessee. San Antonio. She has been on me and on me and on me. She wants to go on a cruise so bad. So
I've got a deal for you. I've got a deal for you. Tell her I've got this deal, okay? You come up to my neck of the woods. I'll buy one of those inflatable floating tents, and you can sleep on my pond.
You want to sleep on Linda's pond in a floating tent?
And that's almost like a cruise.
Sky?
It'd be like, she said, it'd be like a cruise.
I can't hear what she's saying, so I have no idea what you're talking about.
She said instead of a cruise, we could go up to their neck of the woods and we could sleep on their pond in a floating tent. It'd be like a cruise.
Do they really do that there?
And she's like, do they really do that there?
What?
I don't know.
I would do it for you.
Yeah, well, it's 1 minute instead of 1.
She said she would do it for you. So yeah, I'm sure I'm going to succumb to the cruise because it does sound fun. So it's a toss up which will come first, the redwood forest or the cruise.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. There was another question I missed.
Heather as well.
Oh yeah, of course. I'm sorry. What? Choice of exercise, running, or weights? No, and no.
Linda has a weird neighbor with a wine-colored
Volleyball.
bowl.
He does like volleyball.
It's the redwood.
Fishing.
Fishing. There's my exercise. Fishing. Yeah.
I don't have a weird neighbor.
Actually, I do like kayaking, so I guess that would be my exercise is kayaking.
That's my garage, Jennifer. Okay. Yeah. Redwood Forest, then Oregon. The other Linda. Okay. So, any last questions? Come on, you guys.
Somebody must have said so.
Oh. She said so I said buttons.
Joke.
Yeah.
Okay, I have one last question to ask.
Okay.
What did you like that was different in Europe than here in the United States? And what did you miss most when you were in Europe than here in the United States?
All right. The thing that I missed the most is the fish and chips. Nobody does fish and chips like the British. Oddly enough, I think one of my favorite things was about England was the roundabouts. Their whole infrastructure for traveling on roads.
Yeah.
It's a genius because you don't have to worry about missing your turn. You just keep going around until you figure out which one you need to do.
Figure out which one you need.
Yeah. Here in the U.S., you miss it. You miss your exit. You could be going 4 to 5, 10, 20 miles before you can turn around. So, any remodeling projects? Are you trying to get me in trouble, Heather? Are you texting Heather?
No. Yes.
She's over here going, yes. We would like at some point to try to redo our kitchen because it is horribly small. We got a little L-shaped bar that kind of divides what we call the nook and the kitchen, and it is just the biggest obstacle. I mean, when we open our refrigerator door, it's like this. It's like you can't get by.
Yeah.
So yeah, that we would like to make the nook and the kitchen into one bigger kitchen.
Yeah.
That's about the only really major remodeling project that we have going on because I just finished redoing the bathroom.
Everything else is just moving
and the living room that I'm sitting in I did it, and then Gail and the girls helped me with the mudding and the painting and all that stuff. The only thing that I did not do in the living room, I didn't lay the flooring because I didn't know how to lay flooring. But when somebody does a job for me, I watch. I watch and I learn. In the bathroom was all me.
That's awesome. Yeah.
So
I do the same thing. So what's a skill you have that people might not know that you have?
let's see. Well, if anybody saw the Darth of Mazataz videos, they know I could twirl a lightsaber, so that wouldn't be one. I don't know. That's an interesting question. What's a skill that I have that people might not realize I have?
Well,
I can catch a chicken pretty
remodeling
good.
this room right here. Well, where did you learn that from? You've never had any job doing
Oh,
that kind of
okay.
work. You turned the garage into a living room.
Yeah, I don't know if you could hear Gail through my earbuds or not, but the simple fact that I have a uncanny ability to figure things out. Even my daddy, when he was alive, told me, son, I don't know where you get this from because you do not get this from me. So,
You can fix anything.
well, okay. Here's something that people probably don't know. I used to be a mechanic by trade,
Oh, wow.
so I can work on cars. The newer cars, not so much because they're all computerized. We're talking mid 90s and older.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. That's awesome.
But yeah, so I can do pretty good at figuring some mechanical things out, but not everything. So that would probably be the skill that nobody knows because I've never really showed a video where I'm actually working on vehicles or anything like that.
And for the very last question, hi, Mickey. Welcome in. Sorry. Humility is a skill, but gifted is a blessing. You're blessed and a blessing. How nice. That's really nice. So I want to ask Gail a question about you.
Oh, come here, baby. She wants to ask a question. She wants to ask you a question about me. I gotta give her an earbud so she can hear, because she doesn't want to walk us out. She's gonna stay off camera, just so you
That's
know.
okay. That's okay, Gail. I just want to know, and the audience probably wants to know, if you could sum your husband up in one sentence and tell us what you would like everyone else to know about him.
Oh, he is the most unselfish person in the world.
See how quick.
Like, I am nothing like that. He is the opposite of me. He is so unselfish. You know, he just gives to everybody. He's just the most giving, loving, unselfish person.
That is so
And
awesome.
I love that quality. Huh?
That's really awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you for that, Gail. That was really awesome.
I am turning red now. I can see my face turning red on the camera.
I'm sorry.
No,
And your
that's
mom
fine.
said just like your dad was.
Yeah.
Well, I think what she's talking about, though, I really did get it from my dad and from my mom, for that matter.
Yeah, that is
So.
good. Well, I just want to say thank you for coming on. And it was an awesome interview. You're an awesome guest, and I hope to have you on sometime again. And next time I'll probably do it as you and Gail together. I've done Gail and I've done you, And I'm going to do, hi, Wanda. Yeah, I just think that would be great. But I thank you. I thank you, Gil, for sharing your husband tonight. And thank you so much. It was a great interview. And everybody in the chat, we thank you all. And be sure to be here next week.
Yes,
I'm
thank
not
you,
sure
everybody,
who's
for
going to
joining
be, but there will be another giveaway. Is next week the 2nd? Does anyone know? If next week's the 2nd, it's the giveaway for the building skills
Today's the
collaboration.
20.
It might be the 2nd.
Today's
Yeah,
the
it might be-
25th.
I think it is the 2nd. So it'll be the building skills collaboration giveaway. So make sure you're there. Share it out.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I'll get it scheduled and we'll get it shared out for everybody. So yeah, can't wait. Can't wait. And thanks again, Taz. Thank you, Gail. And we
Thank you.
love y'all.
We love all y'all. Bye.
Bye.
We had a dream many years ago to live life away from it all, to have some sheep, maybe a cow or two, with cats and dogs and goats and an occasional moon. With our love for God, we can't go wrong. Our love can only continue to grow strong. Doesn't matter the difficult roads, it's true. For we have each other, and love will carry us through. We came from another time, a time when dreams were bold, another time when values took hold. Couldn't give up hope, for it was always there. Another time we fared to do.
Say hi. Hi. Wait.
We came from another time, a time when dreams were bold, another time when values took hold. You couldn't give up hope, for it was always there. Another time we
Yes,
fared.
I'm glad.
Came from another time, a time when dreams were bold, another time when values took hold. You couldn't give up hope, for it was always there. Another time we fared.
Put the Todd in the tent with me in the ditch. And the feed. I'm at it again.